Welcome to Can Angels Fly? I'm Nancy, and today I'm here to discuss why you should let your little light shine. Doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are, it is highly important that you let your little light shine. And this is the time period, the onset of letting your light shine. Of course, I'm going to take this opportunity to go into detail about why it is important and what your little light shining actually affects. Now, I'm trying to figure out how I should go about this. This is just going to be a really quick video, nothing long. This is a tarot reading channel. However, I discuss a lot of different aspects of life because it all spirals to this epic center, and the epic center is you. And whatever is taking place has to do with everything that's going on in your world, your whole complete world. I'm trying to see how to go about this. I'm not aware of what you are conscious of or know. But this period in the history of mankind is titled the Age of Aquarius. We're moving into the Age of Aquarius. During this Age of Aquarius, it is believed that we humans are going through an ascension process. I explain that the way I have, and will continue to, because I'm not sure what you're conscious of or what you are aware of or how you're viewing life or experiencing life. So I just want to explain the concept of the Age of Aquarius, the ascension process, which we're going through. And I need to explain this because this is why it's so important to let your personal little light shine. Let's see. What does it mean to ascend? What is ascension? Well, the current ascension process is the enhancement of your level of awareness or consciousness. The very first ascension process that I know of was documented in the Bible in the book of Genesis. And that ascension process took place when Adam and Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Ascension process. They were awoken to that which was previously concealed from them. That same process is taking place now. Because this process is taking place now at this particular time in the history of humanity, it is important for you to let your little light shine. What is your little light? Your little light is your conscious awareness about life. Me, as an example, I let my little light shine, my personal little light, my fabulous self-expression. I share here on YouTube all that I've come to know. For what? To share, to teach the information that I have gathered in the course of my lifetime. Why is it so important to teach, to share when you know? is because we who, me, you, and every individual in humanity are going through this ascension process, this growth spurt. What has brought on this growth spurt? Well, just like in the book of Genesis with Adam and Eve partaking of the tree of knowledge, the tree of, what was it? Good and evil, whatever it was. You know what I'm talking about. The same thing is taking place here right now at this point in time. Humans are advancing technologically. We have 5G. I have a video about 5G. We've learned many of the elements on this earth. We've identified the healing properties of the minerals and the gemstones and the metals. We are technologically advancing. We have the internet, wireless internet. We have these flat screen plasma TVs. We can talk to anybody on the other side of the world. We are advancing in consciousness. Let me look at my notes. Because we are advancing in consciousness, it is necessary for humanity to keep up with these technological advances, this state of consciousness awareness. Why is it important? Because due to the technological advances, there are now a whole collection of new possibilities. Now, this is just an inserted note that when I say new possibilities, that means there are new possibilities or probabilities for your life, even when it comes to your personal tarot reading. You got me? End note. Anyway, it is important for all beings within humanity to ascend, to become consciously aware, at least equivalent to the current technological advances. Why? Because, as mentioned, there are a ton of new possibilities. What are some of the examples of these possibilities? Well, we can expect new laws. Have you heard, like, AI, artificial intelligence, has laws surrounding them? They have rights. The robotics have rights. We have new laws surrounding gender. Anyway, in short, the laws are changing. And the laws are changing in order to contain this level of extension, which covers all of our technological advances and changes. It's possible that a new God, I got a video out here about it, will be defined. Just check the video out. You ain't got to get mad. We will come to know a new currency. You heard of Bitcoin? Those kind of things. A paperless, coinless world. Jobs and careers will be redefined. All of the manual jobs people worked using their hands won't be available anymore. And why is that? Because robots, AIs are taking over that field. So we can project that we have to create new work areas like metaphysics. I just made a video about that, talking about metaphysics, talking about the healing properties of gemstones, tarot reading, astrology, because what? this change, these particular type of changes are a result of our technological advances. Another example of what will be redefined during this time period is healthcare. In short, healthcare. Now, those were just a few examples. There's every facet or aspect of life is going to be redefined, including education, health and fitness, aging, having children. And what do I mean by having children? Remember, we're technologically advanced and advancing. So now they're learning how to manipulate the genes and the chromosomes and stuff like that, making the designer babies, those kind of things, removing any deficiencies with the anticipation of extending life periods. They're attempting to interject human consciousness into AI's artificial intelligence. We have now a central brain that is a collection of all of our thoughts, ideas, creative spirits, feelings, etc., etc. One brain, possible. Again, possible. God, new God being defined. I don't know if I'm making it make sense. I'm trying to learn how to create videos with minimal notes and learn how to speak freely. This is my challenge, so I do ask you to ride the wave with me. Highlight. This video is about letting your little light shine. Why is it necessary to let your little light shine? It is because we are ascending. We need to ascend to keep up with our current level of technological advances. We need to be conscious of what we're dealing with and the changes that will take place in humanity. Let me browse over my notes. Now, I want to talk a little bit about letting your little light shine. There are, I think, billions of people in this world. Billions. And so everybody in humanity has to go through this ascension process or get left behind. Oh, remember that series, Left Behind series? Anybody that know about that? Anywho, billions of people. Not one person, there's not one person that can reach out and get everybody to ascend. Even if they're famous, they can't reach everybody. I reach who I reach. Whoever is my group, congregation, tribe, I share and influence them, raising the level of awareness and consciousness. But I don't know who you know. You may know 2 to 3 times more people than I do. And somebody that you share with may know 4 or 5 times more people than you know. But that associate of yours, possible associate of yours, that knows 4 to 5 or whatever it was times as many people as you do, may not be awakened. That is why it's important for you to let your little light shine. How can I say this more effectively? Is that we all have our outreach. Some of our outreaches are small. Just you and maybe another, maybe a couple of friends or family members. Where others have large social clubs and groups like churches and stuff like that. Fraternities, frats, sororities, those kind of things. And then There are even larger outreaches like mayors and governors, those kind of thing, officials. Then there are presidents but it's everybody. It's everybody. It doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are. It doesn't matter what nationality, race, sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. This world is ascending. It is ascending because we have become very conscious. We are technologically advancing. We have, and we are, and we continue to. And it's growing with leaps and bounds. With that being said, let me ask a question. Do you know how the internet works? How it runs? You can talk to anybody anywhere in the world real time. Skyping and instant messaging. And do you know how that works? Do you know how your computer knows what you're searching for before you search for it? Have you ever thought, how does Google Earth work? Or better yet, navigation on your phone. Have you ever went under the app that tracks every individual place that you go, the address, the time period you've been there, et cetera, et cetera? We are technologically advancing. They are doing or performing evasive surgeries with minimal scarring and more targeted, effective works without too much human contact. It's fairly sterile. They are what? Science is, 3D, making 3D models, effective, practical, useful models of skin and bone, et cetera, et cetera. We are technologically advancing. I bring up some of these technological advances one more time because I ask you, do you know how any of this works? Any of this works? Another question I have is, what field of work are you in? What do you do? What do you do? Based on what you do. Example, teacher or teachers. We need teachers, or do we? I ask this question because this computer, oh my goodness, gives me everything I want. Everything that I want. Is it true? Is it accurate? Have things been changed? I don't know. But it's at hand. Anything I want, any questions I have, it doesn't matter. Anything, surgery, you name it, building, architecture, what do you call it? Anything. You can do any virtual tour here on this computer. I've been to the Vatican on this computer. I've been to the 16th Chapel on this computer. I've been all around the world, Taj Mahal, on this computer. When I'm stuck, when I'm preparing a project or even something here for YouTube, I go to the computer, to www.dictionary.com or any other resource that I need. How about somebody that works for the big three, the automotive industry? Any employee that has worked for one of the big three over the last 50 years should know there have been some major changes. And it was all brought on by what? Technological advances and robotics. Yep. Laying people off. And then for those that are left still working, get paid considerably less than those 30 to 50 years ago. So that's why I bring up what kind of job you got. Again, if we are not aware that these changes are taking place, then we are lining ourselves up to be enslaved by our upcoming system. We got to catch up. We have to ascend. We have to become conscious and aware of what's taking place, how things work, how things function, and why they are functioning the way they are. Understand that all that is taking place is going to affect and influence your personal life. It is time to let your little light shine. If you are viewing this video, that means that I suppose that you're into tarot reading, and therefore you're borderlining on having an interest in astrology. This study, this inquiry that you have is a study. And you're partaking in the study for a reason. This study, inquiry, however you like to label it, is raising you up in your level of consciousness, your level of awareness. We are when we're dealing with astrology, we're dealing with the basic human psyche, behaviors, characters, etc., etc. How can this be beneficial to you in this time in which we need to be shifting our consciousness higher? One, it's going to open you up to a lot more different realms. That's why I said I was going to make it make sense to you why I do all these other videos on my channel. That's why I talk about all these different things. That's one. Ooh, I got a lot of things going on now. Let me stay with this one. Check out my board behind me. I tried to draw some little images of some of the things I've discussed on my channel, just put them all together. And then, as you see, I got these breaks in it, like this little road thing going on. Because we all travel different roads in life to learn what we have learned. What am I trying to say? I share a lot here on this channel, but I'm not an expert. I'm a Jill of all trade, Nancy of all trade, but I am not an expert in any field. Just recently, I talked about metaphysics and healing properties of gems and our natural resources and precious metals and stuff like that. Recently, I talked about the universal laws. I talk a lot about love, family, romance, all those little images, economics, they back there somewhere. See, that's astrology, science, I talk about a little bit of everything. But I reiterate that I'm not a master of any particular field. Why is that? Let me see if I can make it make sense. Some of us have not begun to ascend, to awaken, to see the change that's taking place in this world. We're being left behind. That's serious. We're being left behind. We are being left behind as far as our consciousness, our awareness. So I come on YouTube and I do all my presentations, all dramatic and stuff, sharing the little bit I know about every aspect that I know a little bit about. But I'm no master in any arena, in any aspect. Not even my own life, I don't think. But that's another video. And so, why do I do what I do? Other than it just being fun. Because it's spark in you or another, an interest. How can I say this? Again, I'm a Nancy of all trades. I have no one special arena, but you may. And your special arena is going to help your tribe ascend. Your social outreach, those people that you are capable of influencing, whether it's just the person you lay next to or if it's a whole city, whatever consists of your outreach. Your specialty is needed. But first, you have to be aware that your specialty or your skill or your talent is needed. It is highly valued or will be highly valued soon and very soon. I'm trying to work my way through it, y'all. Be patient. Soon and very soon. Now, I need to talk about, I'm just jumping all over the place. I'm trying to learn how to just speak freely. Y'all gonna be patient with me? Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about if humanity does not ascend, if they do not wake up or become conscious on a level equivalent to our technological advances, what can happen? What can happen? Now, many of you know I have darker energy. For this video, it'll be no different. What can take place in this world if we do not ascend, if we do not wake up in our consciousness, our conscious awareness, equivalent to our current technological advancements and the potential or probable new possibilities. We, overall in this world, may have to deal with like economic collapse, zombie apocalypse, which called the Walking Dead. I'm just playing, but you never know. Our whole infrastructure. Remember, what is it? Pluto is in Capricorn, so the whole structure is being destroyed. It's going to happen. It is happening. And there are so much evidence of our current social structure collapsing. Another video. Let's just say, let's use the example of an economic collapse. This has been happening in different parts of the world already. 1 minute they got money, they go to sleep, wake up, no money, no paper money. I already mentioned the Bitcoin thing. Okay. Converting money to the Bitcoin. Let's say, hypothetically, you don't have enough to buy one Bitcoin. What's going to happen? Because you don't have enough to buy one Bitcoin. Not one. And now your money is irrelevant that you have. See, we have to become aware of what's taking place so that we can prepare, so that we can perform whatever acts are necessary in order to secure our well-being and our family's well-being in this world. Now, as I mentioned, I'm not an expert in any field, but some of you do have accounting or marketing talents. It is time to sharpen those skills and talents. It is time to become, enhance your level of consciousness, awareness, bring it up to date. Equivalent to what? Our current technological advances and all the new probabilities that exist associated with our technological advances. And once you do that, then it's time to teach. Teach who? Your tribe, your people, your congregation. This process of mastering your field of expertise. An example for me could be, I need to take my understanding of astrology a step further. Get out there, spend big bucks on a telescope and really be able to identify without using any apps online the celestial bodies and the changes that are taking place. Master it. In order to be able to bring it up to date, current with our technological advancement. What I mean by that, an example is I depend on this computer for my facts. What if this computer, this technology were to lie or be defective in some way? Then that means the work that I do will be defective. But if I master that particular field, I don't have to depend on this technology to offer me the information that I need to perform the calculations or readings necessary to look at the stars accurately, taking it to the next level. Because there are people, my tribe, my crew, my congregation, that I'm responsible for teaching. It's time for us to ascend, to become consciously aware, equivalent to our technological advancement and all the new possibilities or probabilities associated with that level of technological advancement. If we are unable to technologically advance, not technologically advance, consciously advance, become aware, and to, align ourselves with the current technological level, then we leave ourselves susceptible to the upcoming social structure. Like I gave the example of the computer, me dependent on the computer for my information and calculations, et cetera, et cetera. What if there was some deficiency within the programming or something like that? I leave myself vulnerable and susceptible to whatever it tells me. It becomes the truth. It becomes God. So we are in this place of this grand social mingle I've spoken of in other videos. And the grand social mingle is talking about, again, mastering yourself and your field of expertise, feeling confident enough to teach what you know to your tribe. And another thing, and I dealt with this a long time ago, I couldn't see where it was going about 3 years ago, is your tribe, your group, your congregation. Let's say there are 10 people in your congregation, your tribe, your group. You are over one field. Say, forestry or how to deal with plant life and identify them and categorize them. Another person knows how to deal with the elements or the gemstones. Others know how to read the stars, or another knows how to create weapons. See, everybody in your tribe or crew needs to be able to master their field now, as well as to have, an apprentice to begin to teach these skills or these trades to the next generation. And I bring this up because as we technologically advance, the future of this world depends on the state of the collectives or the majority's state of their souls. let's see, break it down real plain. If people have an evil countenance, selfish countenance, plus they are technologically advancing in leaps and bounds, it is highly probable that a lot of dark experiences are in our future. However, if the majority of humanity's state of their soul is more righteous, then even if we continue to technologically advance, what we will, because Pandora's box has been opened, we can use those technological advances to help us who humans, every individual in humanity, exists more effectively or efficiently. Make it easier for us. And we can continue to move forward and cohabitate on this planet, no problem. It's completely up to us. But I bring that up because I was talking about everybody in your tribe, your crew, your congregation, mastering their particular field. Just in case, things go south and the new structure that comes in is highly oppressive in some way. You can sustain yourself, your tribe, your crew, your congregation can sustain themselves, knowing how to plant food and yield, and harvest and do all those kind of things, knowing how to draw fresh water, dig a well, those kind of things. These things are literally possible. What is that kind of old quote that talks about there's nothing new under the sun? What comes around goes around. Anything's possible. We've had some of these things, kind of horrific kind of experiences during the course of the history of humanity. They can happen again. Don't be fooled. And that is where the ascension or the conscious awareness comes in, that beckons for you to let your little light shine, to start the process of evolving psychologically as well as spiritually, in order to prepare for whatever ends up being the outcome. Let's see. I think that I have just about covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I didn't want it to be very long. I thank you for being patient and riding the wave with me. I am learning to speak. I'm trying to get more comfortable. I should be comfortable because I love you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to summarize that it is important to let your little light shine. That means whatever your field of expertise is, master it. Then when I say master it, bring it up to the level of a current technological advancement and considering all the possibilities, probabilities associated with our current level of technological advances, being aware that technologically we will continue to leap and bound, that the technological advancement will continue to leap and leap in bounds, grow abundantly, and teach what you know. And the reason you are doing so is to prepare for whatever the outcome is. Either we ascend, we work together, we teach each other, we continue to learn how to cohabitate together effectively. And then we can, what is it? We don't have to fall to slavery anymore or oppression if we are aware of what we're dealing with, if we are prepared and ready. And as long as we ascend, we become consciously aware. then we have the ability to negotiate how we want the state of the world to be and your own individualized place in the world. Remember this. The government and science are always a few decades ahead. That's to say, whatever technology you know of now, they got something a little more advanced. So at any given time, new world order, can occur. Something new can happen. Like it's been happening all over the world, in different parts of the world. Like I talked about the sudden change in currency from paper to paperless overnight. Can happen like that. And so, heck, I talked so much I forgot what I was going to say. Well, I'm going to let y'all go. If I think of it, I'll stick it in another video somewhere. But just know that you are responsible for a particular group. Whether it's the person that sits next to you or it's a whole city. There are people depending on you to become aware of and conscious about something in some arena of life. Medicine, I don't know, whatever, metalworking, whatever. You know, we'll talk about that too. That's a whole nother video. So much to talk about. And even though I know, one more thing before I go, that there is so much excitement that is taking place. All the mega stars, the superstars, the churches, the mega churches, the vacations, it's all of this life that we live. And it's exciting. It's fun. I mean, it really fulfills a person physically. It does. I love it. However, remember, history repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun. And so while we out partying, it's other important stuff really, really going on. Anywho, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for coming to Can Angels Fly and Riding the Wave with me, Nancy. Until next time. Bye.